Welcome to this week's video. I'll be doing it alone this week. Laura's working on 2 videos as we speak, so I decided to do this video. It's called the Nomad Lifestyle. It's an amazing trend and I think it's going to continue. We think the Azores would be the perfect destination for the nomadic lifestyle. That's pretty much what we're going to touch on. Obviously, you're going to learn a little bit about nomadic lifestyle. I will put a link to a couple of sources where you could really find out more about it. And you're going to learn about the Azores. So if this is the first time you're watching our YouTube channel, then you're going to learn a little bit about the Azores and about who we are. We're in Canada right now, and we're close to the airport, Toronto Pearson. So there'll be planes passing by every minute pretty much. On this video, we're going to give you the top 10 reasons we feel the Azores is the perfect destination for most of the nomads. So what is a nomadic lifestyle? Here's a definition for it. A way of life of people who do not live continually in the same place, but move cyclically or periodically. That's pretty much the meaning, one of the meanings I found for nomadic lifestyle. So the next question, to help you understand more about what is a nomad or the lifestyle of a nomad, how do you live a nomadic lifestyle? So the meaning I found for this, and it's also a meaning that was described to me by a few nomads that I know. It's basically decide how much money you need every month to be able to travel and live in the country or countries of your choice. So here's the top 5 countries for digital nomads. These are nomads that actually work remotely, that need they need a country that has all these capabilities. So I'll start with number 5, Bali. Number 4, Thailand. Number 3, Czech Republic. Number 2, Portugal. And number 1, Estonia. See, these are the top 5. Obviously, there's nomads. They travel everywhere. I mean, through Europe, Asia, Canada. It's basically, I feel like visiting this country I've never been. Boom, they go and they figure out how they can afford it. So I think it's very interesting. And yeah, I just think the Azores is a perfect destination for some of these nomads. Here's the top 10 reasons we feel that the Azores would be perfect for a nomadic lifestyle. So number 1, it checks most of the boxes. Now, it's peaceful, it's tranquil, it's safe, it's secure, it's affordable, it's beautiful, abundance of nature, there's 9 islands to choose from. I can go on, there's even more, but it just gives you an idea. There really isn't too many negative things that we've experienced, and when we talk to other people that are expats and so forth, share the same thought here. And a lot of these expats have been spending a lot of time in Portugal. So it's still a place that checks a lot of the boxes, because in most places it does not. You might check 1 or 2, you have 8, that there's problems, could be a crime, could be pollution, etc. There's no perfect country, but there will be some that get close to checking most of your boxes, and I think the Azores is definitely one of those places. Number 2, affordable. Things like rent and transportation, for example, are very affordable. You can hop the islands, you can take the ferry service, the cost of the ferry, even flying within the islands, flying into mainland Portugal, there's always some promotion on. Obviously, it's less expensive if you do it off season, but still, still in tourism season, I've done it, and I didn't find it, compared to other places I've visited, it's still pretty affordable. In the rent, for example, you can find long stay rentals, let's say, when I say long stay, anything over a month, especially in off season, you can find places for like 300 euros, for example, and it goes up, I guess, depending on the size, the location, and so forth. But compared to other cities or places where a lot of people are living, it doesn't even come close. Some places are like thousands of dollars to rent, to be. But, on an island like Pico or one of the other 9 Azorean islands, you will find variety for sure, and different budgets to suit. Another thing that falls under this category, affordable, is cost of living. It's fairly low in most areas. You could go out and buy a lot of local produce that's affordable, like seafood and fish. You're obviously surrounded by water. There's abundance of that. Just to give you an example, a bottle of wine from mainland Portugal, good bottle of wine, 3-4 euros. A really, really good bottle of wine, 10, 12. If I compare to Canada, probably the U.S., the market's outrageous. It's one of the negative things I find going out here to dinner in restaurants is that, where you have a nice meal, then the one bottle of wine is more than the meal. So in Azores, from our experience on Pico Island, it's totally the opposite, and that's one area. So overall, I think it's one of the more affordable places, like Portugal in general, than some other countries that are in Europe. Going out for dinner, I would say, based on our experience, for lunch, for example, a lot of times we can go out what's like between 5 and 8 euros. For dinner, sometimes we go for 10 to 14 euros entrees. Now, the thing you have to remember, it's the quantity. A lot of times they'll bring a platter. Let's say I order a fish dish, an entree. It comes in a platter with 2-3 different fish, like potatoes, salad. And it's sometimes enough for 2, and sometimes that's what we end up doing, is sharing. So we find that it's always a great experience going out, the food being great and then being affordable as well. Okay, even if you have a lot of money, you don't want to be paying 3 times more than it should. So I think in that respect, makes going out even more enjoyable. Number 3, easy to work remotely. The Azores is also easy to work remotely. Okay, 4G, 5G. There's business centers in some of the places. There's a lot in place where you can work remotely without any glitches. I know a lot of people that do work remotely in the Azores, and when I talk to them, it's rare that they will tell me there's a problem, they're having problems with this. It's usually pretty smooth, okay? I work remotely as well, and so does Laura. So in my case, it's travel, so I need to have the Wi-Fi, I need to have all the proper tools, resources. If something breaks down, it has it all. I mean, even in most of these islands, there's incubators that are set up now to assist even people that want to start their business or people that are working remotely. I just, when I run into a problem in this area, I've always got the help that I needed. So I think it's, for any of you that have to work remotely, do not hesitate. The Azores definitely has it covered. Number 4, places to stay. So in the Azores, throughout all 9 islands, there are a variety of styles, of types of housing, okay? There's cottages, old, modern, rustic, villas, large, small, apartments, or you can even rent a room. It's just a huge variety of types of properties. You can choose whatever is suited for you. Obviously, different price ranges. I will add that in the months of, let's say, during the tourist season, for long stays is very hard. So anywhere from, let's say, June 15 to September 15, I would try to avoid those months, okay? And I think most nomads want to be where it's less crowded, I guess. But if you want to keep it within, a reasonable budget, the lower end, you just stay away from those. You'll be fine, okay? And I've booked people that have been there for 2 or 3 months, and between 300 and 500 euros, they're set for a month, And some of these are self-catering. They have like everything you would need to be a home away from home. So you may choose to find a place in a more rural area. Okay, or right on the coast. There's places there where more into the farmhouse, countryside kind of setting. Or you can literally be right on the coast, surrounded by vineyards with a beautiful ocean view. The choice is yours. Number 5. Now, this is a very important one. It's location. Okay, so if you look at a map, you're going to see 9 dots. Sometimes you got to look really close. And that's the Azores. It's literally surrounded by the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. You're literally in the middle, central part, between North America and Europe. Okay, so let's just throw some hours in there. 5 to 6 hours you can fly from North America. Let's say Boston, Toronto, they fall in there. You can fly to Europe in about 2 hours. You can fly literally to Lisbon in 2 hours. Other parts of Europe, 3 hours, 4 hours. So you have access to that. So logistically, you're well positioned. You're right in the middle. So if you're working remotely, for example, you need to go on a business trip into Europe, quick. It's a quick and easy way to get there. Frequent flights through these islands, connecting through Lisbon, or even direct to England, to Italy, to Spain, Germany. If you have to fly back to Toronto, back to Boston, or somewhere else in North America, it's easy. Okay, it's, you know, you're back. We made it the last time 6 hours we were in Toronto, just to give you an example. So if you want to be on an island surrounded by water, nature, and so forth, but still want to be connected, I don't know too many other places that is as perfect as the Azores. Okay, because it's kind of cool feeling really secluded and remote, but yet connected. Number 6, climate. Obviously, you have to look at climate. I mean, the world's a huge place, and there's parts of the world, of areas that is more extreme than others. I would put the Azores definitely not extreme at all. It's more in the middle. It's the subtropical islands. Okay, like the location of these islands, you can get three seasons in one day. I know sometimes people say 4 because it snows a little bit sometimes on top of the Pico volcano on Pico Island. I'm not going to count that, because when I think of snow, I think Canada here in the States, where it's really snow, lots of it, and cold. Doesn't get like that there. In the winter, you'll get some dampness, I think, humidity and of sorts, but that's pretty much it. So I would say you can get three seasons in one day. We have experienced that, Laura and I, and we love it. I think it's part of nature, and if you're going to love living on an island, and you love nature, you gotta love all nature, right? So that's I think what the Azores is all about. You know, to be green and like so green, lush with flora and fauna, all this life, you know, on land, at sea. You need the nature to do this, to rain. You need the wind. You need some of the storms to come through, and it's all part of it. The weather, it's dramatic and at times unpredictable. I think that those are ways to look at it. There's been days where you wake up in the morning, it's raining, and you're like, oh, it's going to be like this all day. Let's say you wake up at 8 or 7, 10 o'clock it's sunny, and it's, the beautiful sun with the colors, I just think it's, we love it, and I've taught, again, there's other people that this is what they want. They don't want to just live in a place where it's 35 degrees Celsius every day, all year round. Okay, that's not, I could never do that. I need to have seasons in there somewhere. Obviously, when I need the snow, I'm in Canada. I can get it here if I want. If I really miss it a lot, I make sure I'm here in February, January, and December. I'm definitely going to get a load of snow. Otherwise, Azores is the place. The sun just went down. I mean, that's the beauty of videotaping outside. I mean, again, speaking about nature, here we got a good mix of sun, cloud, hopefully not rain, a little wind. So it's perfect when we're talking about nature. Number 7, nature. The Azores is full of nature, okay? The oceans around the Azores, the Atlantic Ocean, has abundance of marine life. It's a sanctuary for cetaceans, so all different types of whales and dolphins, turtles. This area of the world, especially around the Azores there, especially around Pico Island, the Triangle Group, you get a lot of whales. There's over 21 various types of cetaceans that either live in the Azores or migrate up and down the Atlantic, and they all pass through the Azores. So for whale watching, no wonder it's rated a top 3 destination in the world. Laura and I have done it. It's an incredible experience. So if you ever have a chance to do it, do it. I have people that when they're there, they're doing this every 3 days. They go out, on a trip, and sometimes you can see sperm whales, you can see different types of dolphins. In April and May, you get the blue whales coming through, sea whales, the fin whales. I mean, the killer whales come through, humpbacks. I mean, it's incredible. Either on land or at sea, you're going to have an abundance. So a lot of people do a lot of hiking, for example. They go up into the highlands, about 20 minutes, you're in a whole different environment. And that goes to most of these islands. I'm talking more about Pico because that's where we are and we're more familiar with it. But you can literally go up and see all these different types of trees and flora and plants. It's really incredible. Now there's a lot of birds that live on the island. There's one that's famous, probably one of the few places on the planet that they exist. It's the Atlantic shearwater, in Portuguese, cagarras, or marrecas, I guess it's another name that they use. And these birds are incredible. At night they come out and they make this really cool sound. You can hear them sometimes 2-3 hours right at night going crazy. Thousands of them. So it's a pretty special place. And again, it's nature. This is all about nature, right? If you love hiking, you want to hike through where you're always seeing the ocean, the mountains, and landscapes, forest. It's all there. And if you don't like green, you might have a problem there because everything is green. A good prescription sometimes is basically that the doctor should give you is to go to a place like the Azores in order to heal you. Okay, and I think a lot of people are doing that. And I've talked to people that run retreats of different types, and the people get there, they stay, and the time they're there, they get a lot out of it, and some of it makes a difference in their lives. Okay, and I think that's something that I'm going to explore. We're going to explore through our business is to do some more of these retreats. We're working together with some good partners where we can bring people in together and just enjoy what nature has to offer. Number 8, fun. You can have a lot of fun in the Azores. I mean, throughout the year, especially in the summer, starting probably in March all the way up to October, you get so many feasts. Every village, every town, every city, every weekend will have some sort of a fish.
Just a little. All right, here we go.
Some sort of fish. Okay, that could be. Now, why don't you leave this blooper in? What I meant to say, they will have some religious feast. Okay, and they're a lot of fun. You get a lot of music, a lot of food, a lot of friendly people having a great time. Okay, and that's again what the Azores is all about. I guess all of Portugal. Our experience, all through the Azores, wherever we've been, welcoming. They always want you to eat and. Or drink something, they're always singing.
Eu nunca mais vou ao Pico. Assim no Pico, sei no Pico, sei nada. Eu nunca mais vou ao Pico.
And it's it's very nice to see that pretty much, it's rare that you will get someone that's not like that. And I've heard that the Azorean people, everyone says they're very welcoming. A lot of the fun could also be involving water activities, okay, like kayaking, sailing, snorkeling. You could go hiking, okay, you can go hike overnight, you can climb the mountain of Pico, for example, you can go to lakes. All the islands in the Azores pretty much have lakes. So there's a lot of people that's their type of fun. If you wanted to go to have some fun in the city, the bigger island of São Miguel has a beautiful city, Ponta Delgada, and there's other smaller types of city. Terceira has Angra, for example. Faial has Horta, smaller type, but still a lot of fun, which then brings me to island hopping, okay, which is, you're staying on one of the islands, you wake up in the morning, I feel like hopping over to just get the ferry, go for the day, or stay overnight. I mean, this island hopping is a lot of fun. I've done that in Greece, in a lot of places that I visited. I always enjoy doing it when I'm in the Azores. So, nice to relax, nice to be quiet and tranquil, yoga, retreat, relaxation, meditation. But if you want to have some fun, a little bit more activity, depending on your level, it's there. I believe the Azores will offer you that. Number 9, peaceful. And that's very important to a lot of people, including ourselves, okay? And everyone we talk to, everyone that's there, that's now bought a place, spending a lot of time in the Azores, they're doing it. I think one of the top reasons is peace. They want the peace, they want the calmness. They're coming from maybe areas that are a little more hectic with problems, and they're there. They have the peace in the Azores. If you're in a smaller village, even more so. And I think it's important. I mean, everyone's different. We all need different things, you know. If someone always wants to be in a city, nightclubs, okay, lots of places for that. The way the world is today, I think peace is, you have to find it, okay? And if there's a place that can help you do that, where you feel at peace, you know, if you're more relaxed, calm, you know, you should spend time there. I think it's going to be, it would add to your life, and I think the Azores fits that bill. Okay, you have 9 islands to choose from. You have all different areas on each island that might be more suited. Some areas just have a few cows and a farmhouse. You know, there's people doing permaculture. There's people just want to grow their own food. You pretty much can grow anything on the islands, and I think that all comes with the peace, right? So it's important to a lot of people that we have met, including nomads, and I think there's a lot of nomads that are looking for that, and I think I would definitely explore the Azores. Number 10. Okay, so I left this one for last for a reason, and it's safe. Without safety and security, these first 9 are not going to matter so much. You really need to find a place that it's safe. It's not just good enough to go to a place because it's cheap. Without safety, I don't know. I don't see the point personally. And Laura and I talk about it a lot. I talk, you know, with other people we meet, either from Portugal or expats. And again, just different people sharing their lives, you know, kind of stories. And safety is a major, you know, place. You still have the village mindset, like way back when I remember my grandparents. You know, everyone helps each other. They protect each other. People invite to their homes, have a drink. People, sometimes they don't know you, but you're around their house or their wine house, their adega. It's a common thing. And I know that there's not a lot of places on the planet left like that. And that's the bottom line, you know. And from my traveling experience over 35 years, I have been to a lot of places. And trust me, they might have a few things, but you sort of go to, where's the safety? Ooh, there's always that thing, you know, why retire somewhere with bars on the window? You know, those kind of places that I've seen, and I'm like, I couldn't live there in one of those places. I need to have a lot of these boxes checked, right? But I could have a lot of boxes checked. I get to safety. If there's an issue there, then there's a big problem. For those of you that are not nomads at this point and want to learn more about this lifestyle, I'm going to put a couple of links in the description. Okay, and this is one is a Facebook link, and it's they have forums, and it's called Go With Less, and it's about nomads, about early retirement, travel hacks. Great Facebook page. They have a YouTube channel.
Hey, it's Tim.
And it's Amy from Go With Less. We're glad you're here. In this week's video, we're sharing some of the key things we've taken from our 2 years as full-time nomads, and we're bringing them into our new nomadic life. It's a new chapter. We hope you'll watch the whole video.
In 2015, Amy and I retired in our late 40s, and in January of 2020, we sold our home and became full-time nomads. Every Wednesday here on our channel, we're talking about our nomadic fire life.
We hope you'll give today's video a thumbs up. Subscribe over here for those Wednesday videos.
I'm going to put the link for that because they're more of the experts in this area than I am. And if you have any questions specifically to nomads, don't hesitate to contact them. One of the administrators is Amy, okay? And she's the one I communicate with quite often, and she's really, she seems like a really nice person. I've never met them. But let me tell you how I found out about Go With Less was there was this couple, Darren and Jolene. There are nomads. They're actually traveling in the next couple of years. They're going back and forth, U.S., Europe. They're amazing. They do a lot of hiking and so forth. they came to Pico. They were one of our followers. They are one of our followers. And they contacted us, said, hey, we're coming to Pico. They were there for 3 weeks. We got together, we did some hiking, we showed them around the island, and that's who told us about the nomadic lifestyle and who told us about Go With Less. I think we're going to end it here, but before doing so, I just want to say that Laura and I feel so blessed and lucky to have a place like the Azores, like Pico Island, and to also be part of Canada. So we always feel blessed. Now, to have a place where I can go back where I was born and still love it after all these years, even more so, because you appreciate it the older you get. And to have Laura come along, I met her 10, 12 years, to be on the same boat, so to speak, the same path, you know, and now to share this with, you know, some of our followers, anyone that wants to talk the Azores or Portugal. I can spend hours talking about it and just share our feelings, you know, that way, totally transparent. And I think that's why I wanted to make this video. If there were some of you, if you call yourselves nomads, you know, you have that nomadic lifestyle. I just thought, you know what, the Azores is definitely worth exploring because not everybody knows the Azores. A lot of people sometimes haven't even been to Portugal. But I believe that it's worth the visit and to see if this is a place where you can spend a month or 2 or 3. And I believe the people that love these top 10 things that I mentioned, the peace, the climate, this type of climate, the location, safety, and all these things, if this checks a lot of those boxes, you have to at least visit the Azores. If you have any more questions, you want to learn more about Pico Island, the Azores, like I said, we are in the travel business. I personally have been doing travel for 35 plus years. Now we're specializing on Pico Island and the Azores. We will be doing retreats. We're going to be doing some tours and trips. We're kind of just kind of developing that right now. But I don't just send me an email. The email will be on the video or the description. I'll put other links to a few of our other sites. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe if you haven't done so. I think 75% of people that watch our videos are always new people. You always have the other people that are our followers, our more regular followers. So I just want to say it was nice hanging out with you today. And if you are a nomad and you want to explore a new destination, Azores might just be that place. All right, see you in the next video. Cheers.